So here we go, part 2 of this week's video, and we're opening round with 4 races to go. So far 143 points, and we've done 4 races. You can see we've had the one bad race, we've had a great race, we've had a bad race, we've had a great race. Hopefully we can do a little bit better in the second half of this round. So let's get straight to it, shall we? Let's get into race number 5. And that race number 5 comes from the very tricky Singapore. Let's give it our all in Singapore. So let's get to it then. Race 5. Big points needed. Very big points. Can we get back onto the good stuff? And that's what we're going to try. Let's see where we qualify here in Singapore. And it is P13 for Valtteri Bottas. That's an epic qualifying. We're going to go on to the softs. We're going to do this with both drivers. So we are going to go on to firework with both. So they don't, well, not street shark. Gone to firework. So let's push that on and let's get to it. See what we can do. So here we go, P13 and P16. Fast and good starts, not perfect. Thought we would get the perfect one. We need to create a gap between these two drivers. And at the moment, we are up into P10, but Magnussen's got a really bad first corner. And he's down into, well, got up to P15 now. We've just got to keep the pressure on a little bit. But P8 for Bottas is a good start. And we're going to move it, keep going until this corner coming down here. P7. Can we get Alonso? Oh, we actually lose a spot as it gets a bit chock-a-block. And it's P8 and P12 now. So Magnussen's been able to make some great ground through the field. And he's now behind Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen ahead, Bottas. And here's a move. We're through into P number 7. We've really got to watch these tyres now. So we might end up double stacking. But let's see. Oh, God, Alonso got the brakes on. Literally, quite literally the brakes. Can we get a move done, though, on him? He's definitely holding us up. We're going to boost a little bit. We know we can't attack massively, and it's into P6. So, great little move. And now Bottas. What's the gap that we've got out? We've got 4 seconds. It might be okay. Let's just try and hold up a little bit. But we are actually approaching a bit of traffic ourselves. That's not going to help the stacking. We are going to just boost in. Can we get a clean run into the pits? Yes, we can. And Magnussen might be okay here. Might not double stack. I don't think we are. We're not. That's a great stop. And we're out in some relatively clean air as well as we come out behind Verstappen. And already we're back past. So, oh my God, Kevin Magnussen getting the worst traffic in the moments that we don't need it. He's going to be pretty unlucky this race, I feel, in Singapore. But he's P6. And Magnussen now back up to P17. Where can we get from here? Still, there's a lot of people to pit out there. Let's push Bottas a little bit. Let's push Magnussen a little bit too. We're not too bad on the tyres as we get into P15. No, we don't. He's held us off. And now we'll cut back down. Still, Zhou Guanyu. An absolute force that we cannot move. And now we can. We're up to P14. One more stop for Bottas. We're probably going to have to service again because it's just so poor servicing around Singapore. And we might be good to go. We could go mediums for Magnussen because he's got a lot of power unit and he might need it. So let's go mediums. What about Bottas? What's he got around him? Hard tyres. Maybe we'll do the same here as well. And we'll come in. And maybe we can just push that little bit more. We should be able to catch them up either way. As K-Mag's coming in as well. No double stack again. That's perfect. So here we go. Last 2 laps. Time to try and get some points. It's P6 though. That's still good for Bottas. And we're trying to get past Mr. Sainz already. K-Mag's coming out in 9th. So that's okay. He's behind Lando Norris now. So we're going to boost both drivers. Can we get past Norris? Yes, we can. We've got Bottas past Sainz. And it's P5. And a ever fast approaching P8. And there's P4. So good choice on the mediums. Still gives us an advantage. And P3 for Bottas. He is flying. What about K-Mag? Can he get Alonso? Alonso being a pain earlier in the stint. We're trying to just push all the time. We can't still get past him. And there's a pit stop as well. Alonso just really hammered us this time around. Struggling for us to make any moves. P3 to P7. And what do we got ahead? Hard tyres. So we are going to catch these. But can we get the move as he looks for Perez? Absolute blocking again. Can we get Leclerc? Not quite, but Bottas is into P2. So it might be P2 and P7. And it will be P2 because P1 K-Mag gone. P7, can it become P6? We're about out of power unit as we approach the last corners. Is it going to be P6? Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be P7, but still, it's a 41-point run. And that is a great return from Singapore. So back in the 40s again, that's back-to-back 40-plus races with this team score. And you can see a really 2-2-2 working very well in the end for both drivers, with the rival back down there in P11 and P12. And they are running Bottas and Magnussen a lower level, and the car a bit more speed and cornering. So great return from race number 5. Race number 6, and after a good result in races number 4, if you've seen the first part of the video, and race number 5 now in this video, we've got another chance to score some decent points. But this is another track where it can be very tough to get some points, so it's looking a lot harder GP compared to the one that we had last week. But you never know how many points we could get out of this. So we're going on to the softs, we're going on to the hards, and I'm going to focus on the race start. We're going to go basically firework on Bottas and Kevin Magnussen. We are going to go on to a Street Shark and try and get that race start boost, try and make up as many places as we can on the start. So attack the first section, recover the second section. Let's see how many points we get at this tricky Jeddah circuit. So 32 degrees. I didn't think it was going to be this hot in Jeddah this week, but we're away and racing. P11, and it's just chopping and changing, but he's up to P10 now, Bottas. That's a very decent start, and Kevin Magnussen back down in P16 will be hoping for a bit better as he moves back to P17. We're going to push through this section to try and make up some early overtakes. Can we get past, man, Fernando Alonso always in the way. We can take 2 moves here into P8 with Kevin Magnussen ahead of us, as we can't get through here. So P8 and P16 then is our starting on race lap number 1, as we try and look to go even further. Can we get past K-Mag, who's losing the ground to a bit of the McLaren ahead of him, and we can't get past at the moment, so we're going to just keep pushing down. We're going to boost again Bottas through this first section, and he's up into P7. He's got K-Mag now. That's a brilliant move. And can he get Leclerc? Yes, he can. So we're just going to keep boosting through this section as Magnussen goes around the outside too. What about Lando Norris? Can we get him? No, we can't. We're going to cut back down then, save the power unit, and save the power unit on Kevin Magnussen as well. So we're trying to leave ourselves in the very best state for later in the race. Bottas just creeping on his tyres, but it's okay. Magnussen defending well in P15. We're going to push him out the last corner to try and keep that position, and we can at the moment. Quite a few people into the pits. That promotes Magnussen up to P6. Going to push again, and then we'll use the next 2 laps to come back on the servicing. Bottas out, and he's got Hulkenberg and a Red Bull ahead, and he's passed Hulkenberg nicely. And a bit of traffic that might come in our way here. Perez and the McLaren. Can we get Perez? Yes, we can. Can we get Piastri? We'll keep pushing till this part, the last part of overtaking chances. No, we can't. So we've cut down. But we're doing okay. Don't know what we're looking at points-wise at the moment, or projected, but it's not too bad at the minute. K-Mag, I think, is going to have a decent chance of jumping Bottas here because of the traffic. As we hit the back markers, and we're into P number 4, P5, just holding off Perez. We're going to come back for hards. We're going to push this section again, and as you can see, K-Mag already into P12, P11, and this is why you should be attacking through this section. And then we'll cut back down, get that power unit back, as we have literally got a few laps to go. 3. What points are we going to get? P5, P11, it's not bad. As we now come round and we're in. Magnussen will continue, looking like he's on the better strategy at the moment. And he's going to find himself up to P number 5. He can come back for softs as well, but we'd probably go mediums. And Bottas getting ahead of that queue, that was a big move. And we're out ahead of the rival as well, P8. But soft tyres going to come back at us pretty quick. We're not pushing because I want to come back for mediums on Kevin Magnussen, as in the strategy guide. And now we're going to conserve through Bottas as well. So we've got some good chances of having both drivers into the top 10. Maybe can we get 40 points? That's the aim. But Magnussen coming round. Very good first and second stint for him. Good power unit left as well. So P5 and P9. Where are we going to drop to? Bottas carries on through. And he obviously overtakes. Can he keep ahead of Sainz? I don't think he will. Not quite. So he's up to P7. So P7, P9. We've got both in the top 10. Can we get any more positions? Surely Kevin Magnussen can. And he's into P8. Bottas will reduce down. So will K-Mag now. Good big last lap on the cards here. Is anybody else in the pits? They are, but they're quite a distance ahead. Maybe one more that we can get. Come on, here we go. Last corner, 1 lap to go. Pushing on both out there as well. Can't really push Bottas too much, but we're past a few cars. We're up to P3. We're going to leave Bottas on medium. I'm now going to push Kevin Magnussen. Can we get P2? They're on the mediums. Chances are we will not get P2 here. But P3 and P4 we would take. No problem. And you can see us just closing up on the Ferrari. But I think that's all we're going to close on. We might as well keep pushing. We've got plenty of power unit in the tank. You can see we don't really gain any advantage by doing so. That's why I tell you to conserve through this section. But for us, if we don't run out of tyres, we're going to be good with Bottas. It's going to be a podium P3. And Valtteri Bottas does manage to sneak over the line to take P4. And that is, at Jeddah, 43 points, where we would take that every day of the week. That's what we needed, a bit of good strategy. And we're in the 40s again. Big result, 3 races in a row, plus 40. Just Imola and Spa are going to be our difficult ones, it seems, so far. But that is a very solid race against level 7, level 4, and a fairly good setup going the right way car as well. So, race number 7, Hungary. It's the same rival as last time, looking like a real player. So, with that in mind, who fancies some 40-point plus again at Hungary? Well, we'll try. We'll give it a go. Let's see what we can do. Where do we qualify? Decent again. P13 for Bottas, P16 for Magnussen. No rain by the look of it just yet. So I'm going to go on to softs and I'm going to try and do that. Try and do a 4-4. And then from the back, probably going to try and use a Merline. We're going to basically get rid of the race start here. And hopefully we get lucky at the first corner. And then we can fly ahead later on in the race. That's the plan. Let's see what we do though in race 7. Expect average or slow starts here. This is not going to be pretty. And it's good though. We do get a good from Bottas and he gets a decent move. If he can hold that inside line, it's a very good start. Magnussen out in P13, moving up as well. So this is actually a really good start for Hungary. We're going to cut back down on both now. And we're going to get past Norris, so great move. And we've got Perez ahead, and we're through past Perez. We are flying at the moment, on our way for some potential 40 points again. But long way to go in race 7. So we're just going to conserve down the straights. We're going to come back for a 4 mediums for Bottas. And Kevin Magnussen going to try and get 5 medium 3 softs under his belt. Because even though we're losing positions, it's the rival pushing on them soft tyres. We'll be pretty quick at the end if we can do so. But Bottas has got Hamilton ahead. Hamilton on a slower tyre. It's the hard. So, Alonso being a pain getting back past us. And now, can we get back close to these? We want to get past Hamilton. He's on the hards. We don't want to use tyres, but we are having to try and get past. Can we now get past? No, we can't. How are we not getting past Hamilton here? Round the outside, maybe. This time, job done. Used a little bit too much tyres, though, for that. And we get into P13. So we're going to pay the price probably next lap as we look to pit. But let's just check where we are. You can see we're right on the cusp on the last corner. That's because we had to push to get past Hamilton. We will conserve down, though, for the rest of this lap. And hopefully we can just sneak in and sneak out ahead. P10. And you can see we're just okay in P4 at the moment. We're not getting pushed hard. We're going to try and get past Stroll. And we're through into P9. What about Bottas? He's still got that good gap. Look at the gap with Paul. That's why it was so beneficial to get past him. We are going to run out of tyres, but we've managed to extend it a little bit. So that's all good. And now Kevin Magnussen past P8. Nice and easy. Few people coming in the pits next lap. We're going to be one of them cars as well. Kevin Magnussen out. Alonso there. Look at the gap that Alonso's got because of his pit time compared to us. As we are into P6, we're past him. But obviously that's going to come back at us. And now Bottas can use his power unit and start to take. As he gets past Yuki. We've got both Aston Martins right here. It's Alonso holding us up yet again in race 7. Can we sneak one round the outside? We can. We're up to P9 and P8. Double Aston Martin move this lap. Magnussen is in. As you can see already, Bottas trying to get into P5, and he does. Now here comes the pace of Kevin Magnussen. Big, big laps needed. As we are up to P4. Anyone yet to pit as well? One car. We're going to make an extra place up to P3 again. And Kevin Magnussen is into P11. We've got Leclerc ahead. Still pushing that. Can we get through? Yes, we can. And we're going to get the McLaren as well. Magnussen, right call. Because he's up to P8 now. We've got Mercedes coming back out. Here's P7. I reckon we can get P5 here. There's P6. Can we get the Ferrari ahead of us? He is in hard, so we are going to be closing. But have we got the power unit to do so? It's going to be a last lap dash for both of these drivers. It's coming around the final corner, and we don't need the last lap. We're already in P2. Magnussen down the straight looking at P4. Can he sneak ahead? Yes, he can. P2 and P4, this is going to be a great return at Hungary. We're not going to get any more positions with Bottas because P1 has absolutely checked out. P4 though, not going to catch P3 the hards, even with 7 seconds. So it looks like P2 and P4. That is another 40 plus race in a row. That makes 4, I think, now. So 23 points for Bottas. It is 21 for Magnussen, 44 points. And we'll wait for the rival to finish as they come across the line. And let's see what the rival. So same rival as last time with that 1-2-8-9 with level 7, level 4 Bottas. And a decent setup as well. But strategy paid key as we did a 4 soft, 4 medium and a 5 medium, 3 soft. So one race to go on this free-to-play account for opening round, and as you can see, we've clawed it back. We're on 271 after 7 races, so a good, 29 points will see us actually get over 300 yet again. And just looking at the races that we've done so far, you can see after race 1 and race 3, where the difficult tracks are, we've actually been very consistent, scoring 40 plus. So it's just a shame we couldn't, or we're not going to be able to find massive time at them tracks. But here we are for race 8, Monaco. So let's see what we can get done here. Going to be an interesting one. See where we qualify. And it doesn't look like we're going to get the same rival as we did last time. So let's see what the points are. Will it rain? We've not had a Monaco wet race ourselves, so that's going to be absolutely new to us as well. But you never know, it might be in our favour. We're going to learn a lot. 1316 is our opponent in race number 8. And let's see where that does put us. Come on, we need a good. If we can start P13 again, we could be on for some big points again. Let's take a look around the beautiful setting of Monaco. And it looks okay. P13 for Bottas, looking good. P13, P16, and it's wet. Interesting, now we're going to learn a lot about what's going to happen. So we don't probably need pit time, but we probably do want to get a good start. So I am going to go firework on both. We're about to learn what happens at a wet track at Monaco. So a lot to learn. Will everybody pit lap 5? Will they pit lap 4? Will the field split? We're about to find out. It's a perfect start for Bottas, but we know it's going to be tough around here to overtake. But we've already got one car, and we're into P12 and P14. We could do an undercut as well. 3-5 could work well. As into this, and it's absolute chock-a-block here at Monaco. Look at the chaos of traffic this is causing us. Let's get a screenshot of that. Apologies in advance. But we're up. And we're moving P9, P10. So real good first lap. And we're up to P8, even better now. And P9. So we've really got the advantage this first lap. With Magnussen looking at the back of the McLaren. But when is everybody going to pit? That's the key. Let's look at the tyres. And I reckon they're going to go 5 laps here. Definitely looks like 5. But we might try a lap 4 pit stop. That's probably going to work. But we are quite high in the field. That's the only difference. As Norris now overtaken. P7. Good little move with Bottas all over the back of him now. Can we get any higher? I mean, the rivals look pretty slow round here as we look to try and get past Perez, but can't get it done. So I do wonder what they're going to do. They've got to go 5 laps. I mean, it looks like they might even make 6. But we're all over Perez. This could be a move up the inside. Yes, it is. P6. So we could move definitely 5 laps with Magnussen. And we're going to try and get past again as we take P5. And Magnussen is well on, truly on for 5 laps as well. Even with this much pushing, we're going to try and get P4, which we can't at the moment. And we're going to settle down there. We could do both, but I feel like we're going to put Bottas in on lap 4. Hopefully an undercut, but I feel like we're going to come out in a lot of traffic. But we're going to test it, and obviously you can see as well as we lose 2 places to the cars ahead. Servicing is going to be the issue. Now I feel like we might be best doing Magnussen here. And we might just go on with Bottas because servicing is going to be an issue. As you can see, I don't want to do another lap with him. And we're going to be the only one that comes in on lap 4. So let's see. Where's this going to put us? We're going to have great power unit for Bottas. Magnussen is out. He's in P16, P7, P18 now. But Bottas is just going backwards. It's almost like our tyres have given up. Can we scrape anything out of the barrels? We do get back past Valtteri Bottas now. Magnussen in traffic. We knew that would be the case, as we do get into P17. But it might still work out, the undercut. Some cars going for 6 laps. We thought that might be the case, with the rest of them now coming in on lap 5. So lap 5 pit stops in Monaco for the majority of the field. But K-Mag is round into P9 and Bottas into P10. So a lot of work to do, but it's going to come from Bottas, as here's a move but can't get it made on Russell. And now we've got to just look after some power unit, see if we can get past Russell. Can we get through? No, we can't. So Russell really holding us up, and I think we're going to have to swap these round, because Magnussen doesn't have the power unit. And now we can go about attacking, as everyone's still out there. And this could be the best it's going to get. That traffic really has not helped us. We're in a good position apart from that, as we look to move past Russell. Can we get past Russell? Still can't. But we are in the top 10. So it looks like Monaco wet is a very difficult track still, as we still can't get past George. We are obviously trying, and now we're through into P8. We're passed with rival as well, so Magnussen moves into P9. So at least it's an extra 2 points. We only needed 29 to get into the 300s. We're on 33. Small wins, as we've got a breakdown ahead as well. So it looks like we're going to get ahead of Norris and take another 2 points. Although it's giving Bottas some crazy lines to take. And now we are through. So P7 and P8. Will there be any more? No more breakdowns by the look. We're catching Alonso very quickly. Don't think we're going to get him. Or are we? No, we're not. Sadly not. P7 and P8. So great, still great effort. First time in the wet at Monaco. It is back down into 35 points. So we've been used to them 40s so far, and this time not so good. But pretty unfortunate to get a full wet race, I would say, round Monaco as well. So let's quickly take a look where that stands us for this opening round. A lot of learnt as well. Great for the future racing in Monaco. It's a 7-7 for the rival, with more speed than cornering. And looking at the strategy then, top 3 in terms of Verstappen, Magnussen and Hamilton did do 6 laps. The rest of the field done 5. So the 5-3 strategy is very much for Monaco. I'm not quite sure what De Vries in 24th was doing with a 5-2-1. But for us, let's take a look where we finish in opening round. And we are into the 300 points, but only just 306 to be precise, after 8 races. And you can see it was the 3 tracks of Imola, Spa and Monaco which cost us dearly. But hopefully in final rounds we can maybe squeeze some more points and see where we finish.